Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard's take on the multiplayer online battle arena, and while it keeps the traditional 5 vs 5 formula, it does chop away certain aspects and adds others in order to make it more accessible to a larger crowd. The game does not have an economy, so that means no gold, no shops or items, and instead revolves around completing map objectives with a big emphasis on team fighting.
In this beginner's guide, we will be tackling heroes and what to buy, maps and objectives, gameplay and tips. There are 4 different roles you can play: Assassin, Warrior, Specialist and Support. Assassins are low health, low defense, high damage nukers, making them ideal primary targets in a team fight. Warriors are the frontline tanks, usually charged with the role of initiating a team fight. Specialists come in different shapes and sizes, but all of them have special abilities catered towards destroying enemy structures. Supports are charged with utility jobs such as map reveal or healing and crowd control.
There are currently 36 heroes to choose from. These can be purchased with in-game gold or real money. The game features a free 7 hero rotation that changes on a weekly basis, so you are not forced to buy anything straight off the bat. Blizzard adopting the business model promoted by Riot Games in League of Legends. My advice to you is to initially hold off on buying anything till you get a feel for the game and the heroes which are available in the rotation. Save up your gold, which you will earn through playing and leveling up your player and specific hero level. Each hero can be tried before making a purchase. Just click the try button at your desired hero in the shop menu.
Now let's talk about specific hero recommendations. For your initial assassins, I recommend Vala and Raynor. Both of them come at a low price of 2000 gold, which you can get in just a couple of games leveling your hero level. Vala is easy to execute, has plenty of single target and AoE damage as well as a built-in escape mechanism through her E-ability Vault. She currently is one of the most played assassins in ranked and in general a favorite option on mostly any team. If you played through the tutorial, you already know Jim Raynor. Just like Vala, he's easy to play, has plenty of damage and comes with the benefit of an auto heal, a knockback for displacing enemies, and can buff allied heroes with attack speed.
When it comes to warriors, there are 2 options for starting tanks: Muradin and Diablo. Muradin is always a safe bet when not sure of what tank to pick. He possesses a skill shot stun, area of effect slow, lane sustain through his passive, and when the situation gets too tricky, he can jump to safety with his E ability Dwarf Toss. At 2000 gold, he is the ideal starter tank. Diablo specializes in peeling away enemies from the opposing team and creating ideal takedown situations for his own team. Try to grab an important target off the enemy team with overpower and knock it into your own with shadow charge. Your team should take care of the rest.
Onto the specialists. It's hard to recommend starting specialists because the role itself is not ideal for a new player. Specialists can be very versatile, going for full lane pushing power or very high assassin-like hero damage. But if you really want to try out a specialist, I would go for Sylvanas. She has the capacity to deal very high hero damage while maintaining her trademark ability of stunning minions, mercenaries and structures. Unfortunately, she comes with a 10,000 gold price tag, but if you do decide on Sylvanas, rest assured it's a worthwhile investment.
And the last category, support. Here I recommend Lily and Malfurion. Both of these heroes being very affordable at 2000 gold, but don't let that mislead you into thinking they are bad heroes. Far from it. Lily is one of the top brute force healers in the game at this time. There is little to think about when playing Lily, since most her abilities are auto-targeted. The one thing you do need to worry about is your positioning, especially when using your healing heroic ability, which can get interrupted very easily. She is without a doubt the ideal starting support. Malfurion is another viable option. Other than healing, Malfurion is capable of rooting your opponents as well as a small bit of damage, but more importantly, the ability to replenish your allies' mana through his activated trait and the upgrade to his Tranquility, which you get at level 20.
There are currently 7 available battlegrounds, each with their unique objectives. Tomb of the Spider Queen is a free lane map where you will collect gems that drop from enemy spider minions and opposing heroes. These gems need to be turned in at one of the 2 altars available in choke points on the map. Upon turning in the required amount, Powerful web weavers will spawn on each lane, which can destroy enemy structures, aka push lanes.
Sky Temple has 3 dormant temples in key points on the map which will periodically awaken. You will need to control these temples in order for them to do devastating siege damage directly to your enemy's structures, all the while fending off the enemy team as well as the temple's own guardians in order to maintain control.
Garden of Terror features a day and night cycle. At night, shamblers will rise in the gardens. You will have to kill these shamblers in order to get seeds for your team. When your team reaches 100 seeds, a player can gain temporary possession of a Garden Terror with unique skills catered towards devastating siege damage. Use the terrors wisely and destroy the opposing team's defenses.
On Blackheart's Bay you will need to collect the balloons and turn them in at Blackheart himself. He will then order his pirate ship to bombard your enemy's structures. The balloons can be obtained from chests that periodically spawn on the map, as well as from mercenary and minion camps. Controlling these locations is essential to securing victory.
Dragonshire is my favorite battleground. There are 2 shrines your team needs to control to activate the Dragon Knight statue, which is located in the middle of the map. While activated, you can bring a hero to the statue and gain temporary possession of the Dragon Knight, which has unique high siege damage abilities. Use the Dragon Knight in coordination with your team in order to level your enemy's bases.
Haunted Mines will carry you through underground caverns in which undead minions periodically spawn. When killed, these minions drop skulls which are used to power your golem. Once all of the undead minions are killed and their skulls collected, golems will spawn for both teams, the team with the most skulls having the more powerful golem. These super creeps will march down their lanes, tearing through enemy structures as they go.
Cursed Hollow is ruled by the Raven Lord. He will periodically spawn tributes in key points on the map. These tributes need to be collected, and as soon as 3 tributes are collected by a single team, the Raven Lord will curse the opposing team. Cursed forts will not attack, and cursed minions are reduced to 1 health. How well you manage a curse and how effective your team is at gathering tributes will decide the match.
I will conclude by adding that all battlegrounds have different power mercenary camps as a form of secondary objectives. Once you defeat a specific camp and capture it, those mercenaries will fight for you, pushing down lanes. These camps are not to be ignored and sometimes can provide more benefit than the primary objective. When to focus or let go of these camps is another aspect you will have to fully grasp. Enemy team controlling the mines? Grab the Bruiser camp in the middle of the map. Your team is about to spawn a Garden Terror? Get a couple of Siege Ogres to add further pressure on the opposing team. There are plenty of examples, but the best way to actually learn is by playing the game. By now it should be clear that Heroes of the Storm revolves around map objectives. These have the role of promoting teamfights. It is these teamfights you will have to master, what talents to pick and when, what heroes to pry on how to use terrain and positioning to your advantage. This is where a player can shine and show off his skills and know-how. As mentioned, there is no gold, no last hitting, no list of items to memorize or think about. That means there is no sticking to lanes for 20 minutes of mind-numbing boredom. There are no carries, there is no one player that will lead you to victory. There is only the team and your role in it. How well you will execute your role within the team is what you should be concerned with. There are no individual levels, there is only a team level, meaning everything you do will award XP to the entire team. So there are no more kill steals. Pushing lanes is rewarded instead of being punished. This will deplete enemy towers and forts of ammunition. Feeding is notched down. Repeated kills on a single hero awards a rather small portion of XP, not enough to win a game. This is still a MOBA, and the community reflects this aspect. If the toxicity characteristic to this genre bothers you, then my advice is to keep team chat off, as you don't really need it. All you need is the ping system, which can convey mostly everything you will need to transmit in a solo queue situation. I will stress the fact that you need to learn and use the ping system in order to best coordinate with your teammates. Signals such as on my way, danger, defend, retreat or help can be executed quickly and will go a long way for team coordination. Take note that even if you have a player on ignore or team chat set to off, the signals will still show on the screen. Well folks, that's gonna do it. Remember to take all things in moderation, play well and wreck face. My name has been Leyzar.
And Annie.
Please like, favorite, share and subscribe if you enjoyed the content.
And we'll see you again soon.